Hi, beautiful moon children, the Cancer clan. I'm really excited to join you for your May 2019 reading. May is really rich. I think every year you guys experience May in this really profound way because we're hitting into your 11th and your 12th houses. And these are really powerful, game-changing, transportive energies. And so May always has a potency to it that strikes the Cancer clan in a really specific, beautiful way. Like the note that came to mind, honestly, was especially like in Taurus season, we have so much energy in Taurus. We have a new moon in Taurus on May 4th. The sun is going to be transiting through Taurus and through the 20th of the month. We have Mercury moving into Taurus on the 6th. And we have Venus moving into Taurus on the 16th. And these are all infusing your 11th house of your friendships and your community and your humanitarian effort. Like all those juicy, good places, I think, in life that make our lives well-rounded and happy. You know, it's so much bigger than just romantic love or sitting inside our homes, right? Like having that, all those connections around you, all those satellite points where it's all connected is one of the richest, most fulfilling things in life. You know, they say like life expectancy goes up for those people who, you know, you go to the grocery store and you make, and you chat and you banter, right? So it's like that depth of connected to otherness, right? So when you have so much rich energy, including Uranus and Taurus, which is transiting through there for until 2026, you have all this energy that is very supportive of you nurturing and building those friendships, those community efforts, and also your life goals. You know, what you want to give back to the world. So you may be finding you're really connecting with the richness of your friends, your soul family. This is an amazing time to meet important people in your life that you feel you've known forever. There's just so much energy in Taurus the first half of the month. And then, of course, as we head into Gemini season. So first we have a full moon in Scorpio. Right before Gemini season hits, we have a full moon in Scorpio on May 18th. Beautiful full moon for the Cancer clan because it's like that heart chakra creative energy. So for you, could be really seeing how you want to use your creative, playful, childlike energy to create, to build a new life. It could be very visual and playful, that full moon. And then a few days later on May 21st, Mercury and the Sun go conjunct and open up Gemini season in style, very vibrantly, very flamboyantly. And it's interesting because so most people will be experiencing that transit, I think, as this very talkative, playful, like kind of vibrant Eight of Wands. Yes, there's a lot of good moving energy going through in May. May has a really constructive, connected, playful energy compared to what we've been kind of going through the first 4 months of the year. So it's really got a nice thing. But, you know, Mercury and the Sun opening Gemini season. Gemini season for Cancers, especially if you are a Cancer sun, it's a very reflective time. It's the month right before your birthdays, and you're starting to get into your 12th house energy, the spiritual house, the hidden secretive house, and it's a great time for resting, for incorporating. So it's an interesting placement for you guys to have the talkative, playful Gemini energy as your 12th house. So for you, you know, intellectual ideas and planning can really take you up into this 12th house kind of dreamy realm. Fantastic time to fantasize about how you want to use this next year. Fantastic time to visualize and dream up who you're going to be. Page of Pentacles. My light is crazy right now, you guys. The shifting of the seasons is really doing some interesting things in my house. Page of Pentacles. These are news bringers. These bring news. New ways of seeing, new ways of doing, new ways of moving, right? And like I said, the first 3 weeks of this month, whoa. Temperance. I'm going to hold it back here. That's where I need to be holding it. Temperance, beautiful. Balance, finding that harmony. So the first 3 weeks of this month are going to be very potent for you to play, to create. Now the other thing too, and this is important for Cancers this month, is that Mars is moving into your sign. on the 16th. So Venus will be in Taurus in all those friendships. It's very sexy and playful. And then Mars enters Cancer, the middle of the month. So you have this really interesting dualism because you have Mars as go-getter energy. He's ready to go. He's going into your sign. He's going to be hanging out with you all the way through this 12th house transit where the Sun and Mercury are hanging out in your 12th house. So you are going to be not only really motivated to do things, to make things happen, to forge ahead, but you're also going to be 7 of Cups. You are also going to be dreaming. You are also going to be tapping into the energy layers at a pretty profound level. Now, the thing with that, and it's something I want to address, and you guys and your astrology this month is a perfect place to address this. These are not mutually exclusive states of being. Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, you got some grounded energy going on here with the characters that are showing up. The thing with, tapping into the dreamy, ethereal, spiritual, connected realm and doing things in the world are not mutually exclusive. Hanged Man. Hanged Man is a perfect example of that. He gets everything he needs, but he's tapped into the spiritual. And I think the ideal thing is that we find a balance and harmony with being able to tap into both in any given week or day. That we can go, we can dream, we can energetically connect in, we consistently do that, and that we can still live our lives. We don't have to retract into waiting mode, right? Because waiting in and of itself is this dissatisfaction with the present moment. When we feel that we are just waiting for things to actually, ooh, the Lovers. I know you guys will enjoy seeing that. Yes. Oops, I'm dropping things. Hanged Man into the Lovers. You can't go wrong there, right? If you relax in and you check in, you get that mirror back. You get that mirrored back energy of what you're after. I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to talk through this. But the ideal, I think, is to have both, right? Just when you're in that waiting, oh, I'm just so annoyed because I just want to find out. I just want to find my boyfriend. I just want to find out about this job. I just want to be done with this whole part here. 4 of Pentacles. You get into this. This light is crazy, I know, you guys. I'm going to try my best to work through it. The 4 of Pentacles, right? You start getting into 4 of Pentacles mode. I'm tired of this happening, but I don't think it's ever going to stop happening, and I'm just going to be stuck here forever. That's not actually how this works, right? In being able to tap into our energetic core, into that 12th house energy, into, honestly, Cancer energy, 4th house, home energy, and enjoy that, we actually welcome in more action more quickly, even though it seems counterintuitive, like, oh, if I just accept that this is a quiet time or this is a time where I'm dreamy, then nothing will ever happen because I'm getting way too invested in the dreaminess, and that means that I'm not asking for the action. No, actually, embracing the dreaminess, you can embrace both sides of yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And Mars being in your sign, and then it also being Gemini season, is a really beautiful example of that. You can be taking inspired action. You can be moving through the world. You can be initiating. You can feel very focused and clear on that, and also be working through your dreamscape, and also be connecting in with your energetic dreamscape. So, I mean, we start this month off though, come on, like this is movement, this is opportunity, this is clarity, this is, and once again, all this energy in Taurus for you is fantastic. It's fantastic for feeling connected, feeling inspired by other beings around you, feeling inspired by situations and circumstances and projects that are meaningful to you at a soul level. And the note that really did come up for you was meeting soul family, creating with soul family. And if there's one thing I can see in this 8 of Swords and Page of Pentacles is this sense of movement and opportunity and connection. And I think, Cancer, you guys so deserve this, and I think for you this is just going to light you up. This can look like a very specific practical opportunity or outcome, right? I mean, 8 of Wands is very much about just moving. I always call this the magic carpet ride. It's like you're on that carpet, you're going somewhere. Like things are not stagnant, the energy is moving. And the Page of Pentacles is very much like, Here's the solution. Here's the answer. Here's the infusion you needed. Here's the phone call you needed. Here's the connection you needed. Here's the health you needed. Here you go. Let's go somewhere. Let's do something. And that's a very strong energy for you. And write it. Have fun with it. You do also, though, have, right? The spiritual side is coming up. Maybe some of you are working with Sagittarian energy. That's possible with the Temperance card. However, Temperance is a tempering, right? The fire gets really hot and we can't enjoy it anymore. So we temper it. And Temperance, I think, is that perfect marriage of we tap into our spiritual, we tap into our philosophical, we listen to those inspiring podcasts, we read something really deep, we meditate, we go and we self-explore. And you guys are so good at that, and you have that skill set on lockdown compared to some other signs. But you also have, like, this is what's cool about cardinal water energy, is that you have that, but you also have this desire for movement through the world and this ability to initiate things and get things moving and take care of business. And you're very good at doing both. Now, Temperance is speaking to that because it's like, let's tap into philosophy, let's tap into ideas, but let's also play, let's create. Now for you, you also have it here next to the Seven of Cups. And these are both very spiritual, right? They're all about magic and alchemy. In the energetic plane. And one thing I will say is, yes, there's a tempering and a rebalancing going on here. So pay attention to what is serving you, what is feeling supportive of you, what is feeling nurturing of you. Pay attention to that, and pay attention to anything that's feeling a little heavy, a little clunky. Temperance always invites us to reassess where we're putting our energy. But also, Seven of Cups is really important with that too. Which cups are you picking up? Are you picking up something poisonous that doesn't feel very good to you? Are you picking up what's nurturing to you? The Seven of Cups is really cool because when you have this energy rolling with you, what it means is you're able to tap into your energetic inner being very easily. And within that space, and this is where, like, you having Gemini in your 12th house, that imaginative, quick-witted, mental 12th house placement, but it's like, in your spiritual zone, is that you can go up and out and you can play through all the scenarios that are in your mind. You can play through all the vision boards you could possibly have, and you can figure out which ones are really striking a heart chord with you. And that is a really powerful thing. So if you're doing that on the daily, you're checking in there, you're going on up there, you're checking through some scenarios, you better believe that what you pull down with you, what you act on, what you create here in the physical will be very potent. And yes, it is a little mystical. It can be a little foggy. You can sometimes find that you're getting pulled into this quiet space a little more often than maybe you think you should, but it's a really good thing because it's also the card of spiritual ascension. Now, here's what's really interesting. Okay, let's look at these top 4 cards because they're kind of funny. We have 3 cards that are so much about slow, steady progress with one that's very much about communication and movement. Knight of Pentacles, Hanged Man, and 4 of Pentacles are all these kind of assessment energies. They're slow, they take things in, they pay attention, and then you have the Lovers, which is so much about movement and communication. And for you, I think this really highlights what I think the last half of this month is going to kind of feel like, which is things are working in your favor. Things are moving, connections are being made. You're getting closer and closer to a sense of self and sense of what you're wanting next. And you are kind of hungry. Once again, you have Mars in your sign, so you're going to feel that boost of energy where you're kind of hungry to act on all this stuff. And yet everything's kind of like, let's build this. And that's a lot of the energy in May is let's build this. Let's start building this. And that's where the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man especially are coming in. The Knight of Pentacles, so if you're dating somebody like this, or you're working with somebody like this, or you're working on projects that have this energy, it's notorious for being painstaking with details and taking the time to really assess things before moving on them. And so it can be frustrating for other people around this, or when you're really wanting something to happen because you want movement. And the Knight of Pentacles is here assessing, watching, paying attention to the details, taking his time, wanting to do it well, wanting to do it thoroughly, wanting each step to have meaning and intent behind it. And so you're working with that energy. So it's funny, we start the month off with this kind of higher speed, but still a Page of Pentacles, right? Movement and playfulness and creativity. Once we start hitting to Gemini season, we start hitting into some of this more spiritual energy, you might be noticing that there is this kind of let's start building really gently and with intent. And that's where the Knight of Pentacles comes in, right? It's slow, but it builds consistently. And with the Hanged Man, there's a similar thing going on here. It's like you can't force your way through, right? So getting in that alignment, like we were talking about with the Seven of Cups, is really important for you. Relax. Let your dreamy self come out because you know you have that in you. It is not the thing that's going to ruin you. It's not the thing that's going to stop you from living life. I think you get worried sometimes that if you just give into your dreamy self that somehow you're not going to be taking the actions you want to take and you will therefore stay stuck where you want to be moving or changing things. But in fact, the more you give your dreamy self a chance to breathe and be a part of your process, the more that the right things will come in and they will build you up and they will nurture you, and they won't come with drama or confusion or fog or up and down and roller coaster. It'll be much more about a steady progression. And I think you guys need that. Now you do have the Lovers, which is about deep connection, and that's a huge theme for you in May. Deep connection with your friendships, deep connection with your community, and yes, possibly deep connection with partner. Whether you're in a relationship or you're dating, this is a card that has to do with balance and deep connection. And that's the key. This is about even give and receive. It's not about one partner over giving or another partner. And I have to tell you, the love cards have been strong for signs this month. I tell you what. So there's just an energy going on this May of connection and wanting to make those connections. And here's the thing. You got Four of Pentacles next to the Lovers, which tells me that you may be a little nervous to open completely to what's next for you. And it doesn't just have to be about love. I mean, this can be about stepping into a new role in your job, moving into a new place, starting a new project with all that co-creative energy at the beginning of the month, opening up to new friendships, opening your heart to new creative adventures. There's lots of ways that this could come. But the Four of Pentacles is a resistance energy. The Four of Pentacles is that fear that if we let go of what we've been putting our resources into before and how we've been seeing the world before, that everything will fall away and we'll have nothing. It's a fear that we aren't enough, and it's a fear that we don't have enough resources to take a risk. But you are being invited to kind of start making those changes and those investments. And here's the thing. You're not being asked to take erratic risks and just see what happens. Most of the energy that you have here is about balance. It's about taking steps and investing your energy wisely and step over step. And that's Taurus, that's Uranus and Taurus energy. And I want to say too, I created an amazing toolkit video series called Magical Midyear, and I'm going to leave the link for it. It's on Vimeo and it's available right now, so you can click the link and it'll take you right to the page. But the Magical Midyear, we are going to cover Uranus and Taurus, and what it does for your sign specifically. We're also going to cover Chiron and Aries and what that does for your sign specifically. And we're covering the next 4 months or so. And we're also going to be looking at these outer planet retrogrades and how to utilize those. So we'll be talking about Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all retrograde. By May, all of those planets are retrograde through the next several months. We'll also be going over some strategies for how to utilize this energy, some affirmations. It's a really great way if you're wanting to understand how Uranus is going to be affecting you, how Chiron is going to be affecting you in the coming years. It's a great resource because the way the magic is working is quite different than it was for the last 8 or 9 years. And so we're getting used to a new way. So part of what's going on for you in May is you're really getting used to what's coming up and coming in for you. But you are being asked to choose. And really, really choose to move into this next part of your life, right? And you have so much supportive energy here for you to do that, but it doesn't look like flashy drama. It just doesn't. It looks like connectedness. It looks like safety. It looks like spiritual dreaminess, yes, but also taking the time to do things with intent and with meaning. And that means not only from within you, obviously, but also pay attention to that with the people around you. Who's showing up with intent and clarity? Who's showing up with self-knowledge? Who's showing up who wants to do things thoroughly and well? pay attention to that. It's very important for you to honor that part of the process in order for you to step into these new roles and new ways of being. So yes, you can find the magical mid-year below if you want more and you want to hang out with me some more. I'd love to see you over on Vimeo for that series. I had so much fun creating it. I'll also leave my website and my email in the description box. All the goodies are in the description box. So you just click the show more and it will give you all of that. You can find me at SARAHTAROT.com. You can also email me info@SARAHTAROT.com. I'm wearing PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry, so you can go check her out on her Etsy shop. The next few months, I'm pretty sure she's going to be making some amazingly magical things, so I would keep an eye out on her. She's giving you 15% off. I will see you guys for June and more of this 12th house power energy that is working so closely with you. I'm really excited to get into Cancer season and your birthdays, and I will see you all very soon.